We've had an opportunity, as one of my colleagues on the in the government has said this morning, to debate this bill. And I don't know how any reasonable person that's elected as an MPP here can't understand in the province of Ontario that nobody that gets hurt on the job should live in poverty. I don't know how you can't say this is an opportunity to my colleague from Guelph who said about a balanced bill, a bill that's fair for workers, fair for employers, but this certainly isn't fair for workers in the province of Ontario. It's not fair for our healthcare workers and our essential workers here in the province of Ontario. It makes no sense that my colleagues on the Conservative side are saying no to talking about deeming here and including it in the bill. We have a chance to fix something that has gone on for years through a number of political parties. And what I'm saying, the time has come to treat workers fairly. The time has come to make sure that nobody in the province of Ontario who's making $50,000 a year gets hurt on the job and then has to lose his house, has to lose his family, have to not be able to pay his mortgage. All that happens to him when you get injured on the job because WSIB decides that they deemed somebody. That makes no sense. And how can you sit there and say, we're not going to debate this, we're not going to include it in this bill? It almost brings tears to my eyes to know that people are living like that in the province of Ontario. My colleagues have an opportunity to fix it. We can fix it today. This is a very small bill, Chair. It's a very small bill. We've got all day. We're already here. I'm already here in Toronto. I'll debate this all day. All I want to see is people that have been deemed, that got hurt on the job, live with respect and dignity so they take care of their family. We have a chance to fix that. I don't know how anybody can agree to that. And on the presumptive bill, I go to work. I'm a nurse. I go to work. I'm taking care of people with COVID-19. I get COVID-19 myself. We know we've had thousands of workers have got COVID-19, not just nurses, but workers right across the province of Ontario. We've had 10 people die in the province of Ontario that I know about, or 20 that I know about. Why would we not want to take care of that and make sure that if you get COVID, they're getting WSIB, and let WSIB prove that it wasn't done in the workplace? These are bills that make a lot of sense to me. And I don't know, I said this during debate, Chair, and I think you were there. I said this during debate. How can we allow this to happen in this province? This is one of the richest countries in the world, one of the richest provinces in the country, and my colleagues here are saying no to allowing us to debate these motions. It's wrong. It's wrong. I understand what they're doing on the other bill, and if you take a look at the bigger picture on what we're doing on their bill, they're making sure that corporations aren't paying more into WSIB. Yet we look at who's it going to help. Let's just use one example, because I think that's fair and reasonable, and I know you don't want me to talk all day, although I could. Let's take a look at Amazon. That's the company that you're going to make sure that they're not going to pay any more money. They made $22 billion last year. $22 billion. And that's who's going to benefit from what you guys are doing. Yet the worker that's living in poverty through no fault of his own isn't going to be helped today. And if you take a look at what happened, I saw it on the news this morning when I was up early this morning. Amazon is now being investigated by the Ministry of Labour. The very bill that you're bringing forward today is going to help Amazon. Yet here this morning, you turned down our motions to help workers in the province of Ontario. Workers, no fault of their own, got injured. Workers, no fault of their own, went to work in a healthcare setting or at Shoppers Drug Mart. Essential workers. And without the essential workers, where would we be? We wouldn't be here today. We've relied on them for a year. And we have an opportunity here to make sure that deeming is taken care of and added to this bill. Presumptive language is taken care of and be added to this bill. I'm not asking for a lot here. But the people in the province of Ontario deserve better from us. They deserve better. They need legislation that's going to fix deeming. They need legislation that's going to fix presumptive language. And I understand what you're doing over here, but it's got to be balanced, it's got to be fair. And like I said, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, nobody in the province of Ontario that gets hurt on the job should have to live in poverty in this province. And we can fix that. Think about that, how you'd feel going out of this room today. To my colleague across from me, how would you feel today to know that you as an MPP fixed deeming so that no worker in the province of Ontario will have to live in poverty? No worker would have to lose their family. No worker would have to lose their homes. You know, $50,000 is not a lot of money. But when you're working in a place and it's providing for your family, allowing your kids to maybe go to figure skating or play some hockey, and then all of a sudden that stops because you got injured and because now WSIB wants to deem you. And you have to go on OW and ODSP. And guess where that shifts from? That shifts from the employer's responsibility to the taxpayer. Think about that. So taxpayers are paying for people to get injured on the job. So I'm saying to my colleagues, all of you, I'm looking at you. I know you can't see me. I don't think you can see me because you guys are on TV. I don't know if they can or not. I'm begging you, please change your mind. Include deeming in this bill. Include presumptive language in this bill to take care of our heroes that have protected us for a year. We're being denied WSIB. I don't know much more I can say. I can't believe that you won't include it in this bill. And who are you going to protect here? You're going to protect Amazon, where we know is shut down today, and they're being investigated by the very ministry that's bringing this bill forward. What are we doing here? I ask my colleagues. I'm looking at you. I respect every one of you. But on this, you have a chance today to fix having people that go to work every day. And I can relate to it. I don't know if you know this. I came out of a plant. I worked at General Motors. A lot of people, not only did they get hurt on the job, they got cancer on the job. There's lots of people who have been deemed out of workplaces. GE and Peterborough. And I'm saying to my colleagues, you have a chance today to fix it. To my colleague across me, though he's not really looking at me too much, you have a chance today to fix this with deeming. Stop it once and for all. Stop people going to work, being deemed by WSIB and living in poverty. Because you know what? It can happen to any of us. We got a room full of workers right here. You know, people that are doing the TV and our clerk. They could slip and fall outside here. They got a good job, and then they get deemed by WSIB and they lose everything. They lose their home, they lose their family, they lose their community in a lot of cases. It's wrong. And I don't know why you won't do it. It's breaking my heart. I don't beg too often, but you know what? This has gone on for over 25 years. We have a chance to fix it today. Thanks very much for giving me a few minutes to speak, but to my colleagues on the Conservative side, it's a mistake. And sometimes I don't know how you guys live with yourself on that. It could be your son and daughter that get hurt on the job. It could be a grandchild. Well, there's a few of us that are a little older. It could be a grandchild goes to work first time. And if you know anything about workers, the young workers, it's young workers that get hurt. We've had a couple young people, 19, 20 years old, get killed on the job in construction just over the last couple months. You have young people who go to work at McDonald's or a place like that and they get hurt on the job. It could happen to anybody. Fix the deeming bill. Fix presumptive language. Thank you. I appreciate the time.
Thank you.